All right, what is popping, y'all? It is March 5th today, and I'm here to welcome you to the very first episode of Let Me
Technically, it's like
Finish.
the second, isn't it?
Okay,
Isn't it?
kind of. All right, anyway, so today we're going to talk about the MVP race in the NBA. Just a couple weeks after the All-Star weekend, we're talking about the two-horse race, whom some people think is a one-horse race, but we're talking about Giannis
That's
and
someone's name.
LeBron. And we're going to see what kind of arguments, cases that we can make going towards each one. So, Alex, go ahead, hop into it.
All right, so yeah, I am the someone that thinks it's a one horse race. I think it's Giannis. I think he should be unanimous. I think it's fairly clear.
Unanimous.
Unanimous. Joining Steph as the second player ever to do that. The
Okay.
case for Giannis is pretty simple. His team is probably going to end up winning 70 games. They have to go 17-3 down the stretch. But outside of this game against the Lakers, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they really have anyone else on their schedule that's gonna present too much of a challenge. They are blowing everyone out. Their average margin of victory is 12, which is historic in and of itself. But Giannis is putting up a stat line, and I rounded all these numbers down to 29, 13, and 5. That has been put up exactly 3 other times in NBA history. Wilt Chamberlain did it twice. And if you're ever on a list with Wilt Chamberlain, it means that you're probably doing something that's a little ridiculous because his numbers are
Probably a
insane.
stat stuffer.
Yeah. And Elgin Baylor did it once. Uh, Giannis is going to have a higher PER than anyone who's done this. And he's going to do it on a higher field goal percentage than anyone who's did this at 55 and 31, if I'm not mistaken, for his PER this
It's
year.
cool when all you have to do is run and dunk, isn't it?
You know what, bro? You could say the same thing
To
about
quote James Harden.
yeah. Look, James Harden might low key be getting snubbed in this conversation, still leading the league in scoring. But no one's even talking about him. Uh, but anyway, so what Giannis is doing obviously is historic with his numbers. Um, and if you and the biggest part about Giannis is because they're blowing everybody out by 12 points, he's only playing 30 minutes a night. Like he's doing all of this in 30 minutes, and just to, I guess, put that in perspective, like his per 36 numbers, he's giving you 34, 16, and 6. Obviously, still on the same shooting splits at 55 field goal percentage, and then his threes, 30, and his free throw ain't great at 62, but
Uh, that was a
no,
lot of mumbo jumbo to say he's really efficient.
he's
For
extraordinarily
those of
efficient.
you that don't understand stats like that.
He's really efficient. He is his net rating this year. His on court, off court is it's 16.4. Shout out to Andy Bailey for that stat. And so I just he obviously makes a huge impact. And just one more note, he's doing it without another true superstar on on the field on the court with him. No disrespect to Chris Middleton, who's a really good player, but he's obviously not a superstar.
He's a star though. That's cool or whatever. But I'm gonna start off by saying I'm here for LeBron, and LeBron's gonna win this MVP. I mean, there's nothing else that I really should have to say, but I'll keep going. Number
Speaking into
one,
existence.
Alex, what does MVP stand for?
Is this rhetorical?
Now I want you to answer it.
Most valuable player.
Okay, so that would mean that it's in relation to your team with and without you. And I know you gave a plus minus for Giannis, but I'm gonna give you some good stuff for LeBron. So LeBron for his career averages what? 27, 7, and 7.
Yeah.
In his 17th season, he's averaging 25, almost 8, and almost 11, which means that if everybody he dished the ball to for an assist was only shooting twos, he would be affecting 47 points a game on average, which is nuts. But on top of that, if you want to talk about plus minus, when Giannis is on the bench, they're still +6, and they're in the East. And you say they don't have another superstar, but I mean, your team gotta be some type of good if they're still outscoring people by 6 when you're on the bench. But that's just me. The Lakers are outscored every time LeBron goes to the bench. They look like an absolute dumpster fire when he goes to sit down to get some freaking Gatorade for a second. They got him sitting on the end of the bench crying like back in the days when he was in Cleveland or something. And they're the best team in the West. So I mean, everybody was always talking about, oh, LeBron, yeah, you may be the best, but you're the best in the East. Well, now he came to the West, where the big bad Clippers are in the West, where you got the big bad Rockets, and you got all these deep teams, and they're number one because LeBron is putting that team on his freaking back like the tattoo he got of Kobe. That leads me to my last point. This season for LeBron is an entire arc. It's a story. This is what MVP seasons are made of. And these voters are truly just fans at heart. All right, let's all be honest. The arc that is happening for LeBron has set himself up so perfectly to become MVP this season, regardless of Giannis having a historic season that makes him one of the best, most efficient players that we've ever seen for a single season. But at the start, and Alex is over here, he muted himself, he's talking to himself.
I mean,
At the start of the season, everybody was like, oh, bro, last year, LeBron, he flopped. He came to LA. He couldn't handle the West. They had all this Wash King mess. I know LeBron kind of started the Wash King mess,
yeah, I was
but
about to say, hold on.
he marketed that to perfection, all right? You had the Wash King. It's like he came out of retirement or something. He's this freaking Terminator that went through the finals freaking 8 years in a row. And he got one break. People started calling him washed. So he already had a low ceiling. Then he comes out and he's putting up numbers that are better than when Magic was in his prime. So you could say he's like the best. You could say he's like the best point guard in the league right now. He's carrying his team. And then, unfortunately, everybody understands what happened just a few weeks ago in the helicopter crash of Kobe Bryant. And LeBron takes it upon himself to shoulder not only the entire Lakers organization, but the entire NBA and the fans as a player and as a little brother to Kobe Bryant. And to me, this is a storybook season for LeBron James in his 17th year. He's going to win the MVP. He's going to go on. He's going to win the NBA Finals as a Laker, the first player to ever lead a team to a finals victory on 3 separate teams. And he's going to win the finals MVP. And it's going to be one of his best seasons ever. Suck it.
You said a lot there.
I did say
and you got me in my feels a little bit.
Really?
A little bit. You got me in my feels a little bit. Look, as you know, but as our soon to be mini fans do not know, I am a LeBron guy too. I think he's the greatest player of all time. And what he's done this year, just like in his, as you said, in his 17th year, just being like, you know what, I'm gonna go be the best point guard in the league, and just deciding to do it, is leading the league in assists, is fantastic. However, yeah, I am a bit of a stats nerd, and another shout out to Andy Bailey as well for this. Points and points by assist. So the number of points that this person accounts for in every game. Giannis, well, that is a good stat there for, I should say, I misspoke there. That is a good stat just to put it into perspective. LeBron is 51 and Giannis is 49. So not a huge drop off, but Giannis does, he does average 5 assists a game as well. It's not
He's not a passer. He's just a disher.
none to poo-poo at right there. He creates offense by
He,
dominating in the paint and sucking in the defense and then kicking out to his shooters, which is, kind of the new era, the new league right there.
yeah, like Russ.
Also though, defensively, Giannis is probably has a very good chance to uh win the defensive player of the year again, or excuse me, not again, because Rudy Gobert, but he will be a finalist almost assuredly again, and he might double dip and take the MVP and defensive player of the year. His impact defensively should not be discounted when these two guys are as close as they are offensively. And as much as I love LeBron, in year 17, he is nowhere near Giannis and Giannis's impact defensively for that Bucks team.
That's fair. All I'm saying is MVP means valuable to your team, and team with and without LeBron versus team with and without Giannis. That's my case. Plus the storyboard. I'm gonna rest it. That's gonna be the end of the video here today, boys and girls. And go ahead and drop in the comments what y'all think. Tell us also if you think Harden is getting snubbed. If we've got any bearded fanboys out there, you can go ahead and spread your hate in the comment section. Drop a like in the video if you enjoyed, and catch us back in the next episode of Let Me Finish. Peace.